Aquarius, stop scrolling for a moment and listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not random. Something powerful is shifting around you right now, something you can feel but can't explain. The energy of November 25th is unlocking a series of signs that reveal your breakthrough is much closer than you think. Not next year, not months from now, but starting now, in ways that will catch you completely off guard. You've been sensing the build-up, the pressure, the restlessness, the quiet changes happening behind the scenes, and that's because the universe is preparing to deliver a twist in your favor, one that will turn confusion into clarity and struggle into sudden progress. In the next few minutes, you're going to hear 6 powerful signs that your entire destiny is shifting into alignment. If even one of these resonates with you, Aquarius, you're not imagining the energy around you. Something major is unfolding. Stay until the end, because sign number 6 is the moment where everything flips in your favor. If this message hits your spirit, tap the like button, comment, "I'm ready," and save this video so you don't forget what's coming next. Aquarius, listen closely, because this is one of the most misunderstood spiritual experiences you'll ever go through. When emotional pressure suddenly breaks, when you feel something inside you snap, crack open, or release without warning, this isn't a breakdown. This is a breakthrough disguised as exhaustion. For weeks, maybe even months, you've been carrying emotions that were never meant to stay locked inside your spirit. They were heavy, they were old, and they weren't even all yours. Some of them belonged to your past. Some belonged to people who had no right to place their weight on your shoulders. Some were expectations you outgrew, but kept holding on to because letting go felt unsafe. But then, in the last few days, something happened that even you couldn't explain logically. Your chest felt heavy for no reason. A random memory resurfaced out of nowhere. A thought triggered tears you didn't know you were holding. A wave of sadness washed over you and then vanished as fast as it appeared. Or maybe a numbness came first, then emotion finally pushed through. Aquarius, that moment wasn't a collapse. It was a release, a spiritual decompression, a pressure valve blowing open because your soul was done carrying what your mind kept trying to make sense of. You see, right before a major breakthrough, the universe doesn't start by giving you something new. It starts by removing everything that is blocking what's coming next. And sometimes, the only way to clear your path is to break the emotional shell you've been trapped inside. This pressure doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to free you. It comes to empty you of the fears that no longer match the person you are becoming. It comes to release the attachments that would pull you backward once your next level appears. It comes to dissolve expectations that are too small for the destiny that is about to unfold. That sudden emotional wave you felt, it wasn't random, it wasn't chemical, it wasn't instability, it was energy leaving your body. It was your spirit whispering, "You can't take this with you where you're going next." Aquarius, your soul knows something your mind hasn't caught up to yet. When you suddenly feel emotional right before a breakthrough, it's because you're shedding the last layer of your old identity. The one that struggled, the one that doubted, the one that survived instead of thrived. The emotional purge is the moment your future self pulls you forward. So if you cried, if you felt drained, if you needed rest, if you felt like shutting out the noise of the world, understand what was truly happening. Your energy was recalibrating, your spirit was detoxing, your heart was making space for something profoundly aligned that is heading your way. This is why emotional pressure breaks right before your eyes, not to scare you, not to overwhelm you, but to clear a path for what's already traveling toward you. Your breakthrough isn't somewhere far on the horizon. It isn't waiting for the right time. It isn't debating whether you deserve it. It isn't preparing. It has already started. And the emotional release you felt was the very first proof. Aquarius, if there is one thing your soul understands better than most signs, it's the language of the universe. You read energies the way others read words. You catch patterns before anyone else notices they exist. But lately, those patterns haven't just shown up. They've been surrounding you, repeating themselves, echoing through your daily life like a quiet but persistent whisper from something bigger than you. This is the second sign, and it's one of the most important. Your synchronicities are intensifying. Your alignment is sharpening. The invisible world is speaking loudly, repeating numbers, dreams with messages that feel too intentional to dismiss, names appearing multiple times, songs that play at the exact moment you think of someone, random phrases you overhear that answer a question you never asked out loud, the same thought returning day after day as if something wants to make sure you don't miss it. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is not your mind making patterns. This is alignment. Aquarius, you are ruled by Uranus, the planet of sudden breakthroughs, unexpected shifts, and timeline jumps. When Uranus touches your chart, the universe stops whispering and starts sending signs with the force of thunder. That's why everything feels louder right now, because your destiny is trying to get your attention. Maybe you've been seeing repeating numbers, 1111, the activation code 122, the alignment code 222, the cooperation code 444, the protection code. Or maybe a certain word or phrase keeps appearing everywhere you go. Maybe you keep dreaming about people you haven't thought about in years. Maybe you've been feeling pulled towards something without knowing why. Maybe the same idea keeps showing up until you can't ignore it anymore. Aquarius, these synchronicities are not random messages. They are instructions. They are confirmations. They are previews of your next chapter. And here's the truth no one tells you. Synchronicities don't intensify when your blessing is far away. They intensify when your blessing has already been chosen and the universe is guiding you toward it step by step. When the signs start stacking, when the numbers repeat, when coincidences feel too perfect, when dreams become clearer, when your intuition becomes louder, it means your timeline is shifting beneath your feet. It means your energy has locked onto something divine. It means your breakthrough is already in motion. Think of synchronicities as breadcrumbs from the universe. Each one is a signal saying, you are on the right path. Don't stop. Don't doubt. Don't turn around now. A miracle doesn't always announce itself through big events. Sometimes it arrives quietly, showing up through small, subtle signs that lead you towards something life-changing. And Aquarius, right now, your signs are louder than ever. This is not the beginning of alignment. This is the moment alignment becomes undeniable. Your miracle isn't waiting to be created. It isn't slowly forming in the background. It is already moving toward you, already on the way, already approaching your reality. Every sign you've seen has been proof. Your only job now is to keep walking, keep trusting, and keep paying attention. You're closer than you think. Aquarius, this sign is one of the most misunderstood, yet one of the most spiritually advanced experiences you can have. And it always arrives right before something major unfolds in your life. After weeks of chaos, mental noise, emotional heaviness, and inner storms you couldn't fully explain, you suddenly wake up one day feeling something that feels almost out of place. A deep, unshakable calm. Not the kind of calm that comes from a vacation or a good night's sleep. Not the kind of calm that comes after solving a problem. Not the kind of calm that comes from giving up or shutting down. This is a spiritual calm, a quieting of your inner world, a stillness that feels deeper than your thoughts and older than your fears. It's confusing because nothing on the outside has changed. The problems may still be there. The uncertainty may still be around you. The questions may still be unanswered. But inside you, something feels different. The panic is gone. The overthinking stops. The fear dissolves. The worry loses its power. This shift is not emotional. It is energetic. It happens when your spirit becomes aware of something before your mind does. When your soul senses that the breakthrough you've been waiting for is already unfolding behind the scenes. When something in the spiritual realm has already shifted, and your physical world is simply catching up. This is the calm before the miracle, the moment right before the breakthrough arrives, the quieting of the storm before the blessing hits your life, the spiritual pause right before the universe rearranges everything in your favor. Many Aquarius souls mistake this calm for detachment or a lack of emotion. They think they're becoming numb or tired, but the truth is the opposite. You're not detaching, you're aligning, you're not giving up, you're leveling up, you're not losing energy, you're conserving it for something big. This calm is your energetic confirmation that what you prayed for, hoped for, fought for, or cried for is already decided. Nothing can stop it now, not fear, not doubt, not delay, not circumstance. The breakthrough is already on its way to you, and your spirit knows it. That's why you feel still. That's why you feel steady. That's why the panic has faded. That's why your mind feels quiet for the first time in a long time. This kind of peace appears only before major life changes, new beginnings, financial breakthroughs, unexpected opportunities, soulmate connections, reconciliations, destiny shifts, and spiritual upgrades. If you've been feeling strangely peaceful, even though nothing outside of you has changed yet, understand this. Your soul is preparing you. Your energy is adjusting. Your vibration is rising. Your destiny is aligning. This is the third sign your miracle is very, very close. You're not imagining it. You're not overthinking it. You're not misreading it. You're stepping into your next chapter. Aquarius, this sign is one you've experienced before, but this time it feels different. This time it hit deeper, sharper, faster, almost as if the universe tore something out of your life with no warning, and whether you admit it or not, it left you confused. You felt something end abruptly. A conversation stopped for no reason. A connection faded without explanation. An opportunity that looked promising suddenly disappeared. A plan you depended on collapsed. A situation that felt stable shut down as if the universe flipped a switch. And your first reaction was exactly what any human would feel: confusion, frustration, or a quiet ache you didn't show anyone. You may have asked yourself, why now? Why so suddenly? What did I miss? Did I do something wrong? Why did the universe take this away? But Aquarius, this was not a punishment. This was not fate turning against you. This was not rejection. This was protection. Your sign is ruled by Uranus, the planet of sudden shifts, unexpected changes, and radical redirects. When something falls away without warning, it is almost always because the universe has seen something you haven't yet, something hidden, something you weren't meant to carry forward. Aquarius, understand this clearly. A sudden ending is usually a divine intervention. Sometimes your blessing is delayed because the environment around you is not ready for your growth. Sometimes your breakthrough is held back because someone near you does not have the right intentions. Sometimes the universe needs to remove what is unstable so it doesn't collapse on you later. And sometimes something must break before something better can be built in its place. This abrupt ending is not the closing of a door. It is the clearing of a pathway. This is the universe saying, you're about to step into something bigger, but you cannot carry this with you. Aquarius, the universe doesn't always take things gently from you. When your destiny is accelerating, the removal is often sudden, rapid, unexplainable. And that's because your next chapter requires a clean slate. Think about it. If that person stayed, they might have distracted you from your breakthrough. If that opportunity continued, it might have blocked a better one. If that plan didn't collapse, you would have settled for less. If that situation didn't end, you would still be stuck where you no longer belong. The universe sees the future you can't see yet. This sudden exit is the fourth sign, and it's one of the clearest indicators that your life is about to shift in your favor. When the universe removes something quickly, it's because something greater is already on the way, and there's no time left to waste. Your destiny upgrade requires an empty space. A blessing cannot land where something unaligned is occupying the spot. A miracle cannot enter where chaos is still holding the door closed. The universe didn't take something from you. It made room for what's meant to arrive. And Aquarius, what's coming is far bigger than what you lost. Aquarius, this sign is one of the strongest indicators that your breakthrough is not only near, it's already reshaping you from the inside out. And it begins subtly, quietly, almost unnoticeably at first. Then suddenly, you catch yourself feeling different in a way you can't explain to anyone around you. It's as if the old version of you is dissolving. You may have recently noticed, I don't resonate with the old me anymore. I don't think the way I used to. I don't want what I used to want. I feel disconnected from my past. I feel like I'm changing, and I don't know why. This shift is not emotional confusion. It's not mood swings. It's not random personal growth. This is an identity shift, the quiet rewiring of your spirit that always happens right before you receive a major blessing. Before every miracle, before every breakthrough, before every destiny upgrade, the universe upgrades your inner world first. Because the version of you that struggled is not the version that receives abundance. The version that doubted is not the version that welcomes miracles. The version that lived in survival mode cannot thrive in a future built for expansion. So what does the universe do? It prepares you. It begins transforming you from within. It changes your desires. It elevates your mindset. It dissolves your attachments. It removes your tolerance for what drains you. It heightens your awareness of what aligns with your future. You suddenly lose interest in drama, not because you're tired, but because your spirit has outgrown the chaos. You detach from negativity, not because you're cold, but because your energy is too valuable to waste. You crave peace, not because life is perfect, but because your soul finally understands its worth. You feel hungry for something bigger, deeper, more meaningful, not out of dissatisfaction, but because your destiny is calling you forward. This is not a personality shift. This is a frequency shift. Your spirit is aligning with the future that's already being prepared for you. Your vibration is rising to match the blessing that's heading your way. Your identity is being upgraded because the level you are stepping into requires a stronger, wiser, more awakened version of you. Aquarius, this identity shift is the fifth sign. It's proof that your blessing is incredibly close, so close that your energy is already rearranging itself to receive what's coming. You are not becoming someone new by accident. You are becoming the version of yourself that can finally hold the abundance, opportunity, love, stability, and success the universe has been trying to send you. The old version of you carried pain. The new version of you carries purpose. The old version of you survived. The new version of you attracts. The old version of you fought alone. The new version of you rises with support from the universe itself. If you've been feeling different, disconnected from old patterns, uninterested in old cycles, or strangely ready for something you can't define yet, it's not confusion, it's preparation. Your next chapter requires a new you, and that new you is already awakening. Aquarius, this is the moment in your prophecy where the energy becomes almost too quiet to ignore. The air around you shifts. the atmosphere feels different. You may not be able to explain it with logic, but your soul feels it rising like a tide you didn't see coming. This is the sixth sign, the final sign, the one that tells you a breakthrough is no longer a distant possibility. It's already in motion. And here's the truth you're finally ready to hear. Your blessing will not arrive in the way you expect. It won't follow the path you imagined. It won't come from the direction you planned. It will come from somewhere you never saw coming. Because this sign is not loud. This miracle does not announce itself with fireworks or dramatic noise. It slips into your life quietly, almost like a whisper from behind the veil, like a door creaking open in a room you thought was locked forever. It might be a message you weren't waiting for, but desperately needed. A yes you thought was impossible, an approval that comes out of nowhere, a financial chance that shows up right when you were about to give up, a powerful connection that aligns with perfect timing, an opportunity you thought you lost, suddenly returning, as if it was held for you all along. Aquarius, this is not coincidence. This is divine rearrangement. This is the universe stepping in to say, you've endured enough delays, you've learned the lessons, you stayed strong through storms you never talked about. Now let me show you what happens when timing finally aligns with destiny. The miracle won't always look huge at first. It may appear small, subtle, delicate, almost too gentle for how long you've been waiting. But make no mistake, this tiny shift carries the power to change the entire direction of your life. Because the universe doesn't need a dramatic stage to perform a life-changing twist. It only needs one opening, one moment, one shift in the energetic flow. And that shift is arriving. This is the moment where your fate flips, softly, silently, but powerfully. The kind of change that doesn't shake your world immediately, but rewrites the future waiting for you. You'll notice something starts moving again. A blockage dissolves, a delay ends, a burden lifts, a decision finally becomes clear. A path that once felt impossible suddenly makes sense. This is the unmistakable mark of divine timing. Aquarius, once this miracle enters your life, everything begins to align faster than you can process. The confusion turns into clarity, the waiting transforms into movement, the setbacks become setups, and the energy that was once heavy becomes light again. This is not luck, this is not chance, this is destiny unlocking itself in your life. And when it happens, you will realize that every delay, every detour, every disappointment was leading you here, to the moment everything finally comes together. Aquarius. Take a breath, because if these signs resonated with you today, it means you're standing at the edge of something powerful. You're not imagining the shifts around you. You're not overthinking the changes. You're not misreading the energy. Everything you've been sensing, the calm, the sudden endings, the inner transformation, the unexpected pull towards something new, has been preparing you for a breakthrough that's already in motion. You've walked through delays, challenges, and emotional storms that would have broken anyone else. But you didn't break. You evolved. You grew stronger. You became more aligned with the life that belongs to you. And now, the universe is moving pieces behind the scenes to place you exactly where you're meant to be. Remember this: breakthroughs rarely arrive when life feels loud. They arrive when everything becomes still. They appear when your soul steps into alignment with your purpose. They show up right when you think nothing is happening, because that's when everything is happening. If your path has felt unpredictable lately, if people have been exiting your life, if your emotions have been shifting, if you've been experiencing flashes of hope for no reason, that's the confirmation you needed. Your new chapter isn't coming someday, it's unfolding right now. And Aquarius, you're not late, you're not behind, you're not forgotten, you are being positioned. So as you move forward from this moment, Trust the timing, trust the signs, trust yourself. Something big is unfolding for you, and your only job is to stay open, stay aligned, and stay ready. If this message spoke to your spirit, don't leave without dropping a "I'm ready for my breakthrough" in the comments. Your blessing is closer than you think, and it's already on its way.